Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Faster Way podcast. We have yet another Coach Confessional with Lee Bergin. Lee, how the heck are you?
I'm fantastic, Amanda. I'm just super eager to hear about your trip and what you've got going on.
Yeah. Okay. So I returned from a trip yesterday evening,
Mhm.
and right now we are recording in the morning at 9:30, which is 3:30 a.m. Hawaii time. Um, but we'll talk about that. I think I feel okay.
You know when superheroes become superheroes because of some sort of like trauma. You're like, if there was a sleep hero of some
Yeah.
sort, you would be like the nocturnal,
Oh my
lady.
God. Maybe that is my superpower.
AI can create your superpower that you are just sleepless
My
in the world.
superpower is I can function and look decent
Oh yes.
with no sleep. Yeah. Okay, so I want to discuss Fit Wars because Fit
Yes.
Wars is taking place this
Mhm.
Saturday, meaning
Yeah.
our big community workout on Saturday. We will talk about that because I just got back from over 10 days of travel. I want to talk about nutrition while traveling
Mhm. Mhm.
because this was one of my most difficult trips in the recent past when it comes to nutrition. So I'm just going to kind of
Mhm.
share why it was hard, what I did to survive really, and not quite thrive, but survive through that. But first, I want to hear your updates. What have you been up to?
Well, so, I've got my son's here for the summer, but he's
Yes.
staying with his dad about an hour away. And then my daughter, who has been with me for 22 years, I did sign up for the 18. She just had a birthday. And so she and I have been really struggling the past few years trying to figure out kind of how she can be independent.
Yep.
She's got a genetic disorder called Fragile X, in which there are some presentations of autism. And this is the most common inherited cause of autism, this Fragile X. It's a genetic disorder. And so the more I'm researching, and to be honest, if this is a confessional, I put my head in the sand when I found out about this a couple of years ago. So recognizing very clearly that she needs a change and that I am not the change agent at this time, her stepdad said, send her home. So she is in Texas right now. I haven't spoken to her, Amanda. She's been there since last Saturday. And so I haven't spoken to
Wow.
her yet. And she's looking for jobs.
Hmm.
That community down there has just wrapped their arms around her. I get someone texting me, they have a sighting of her almost every single day. And so just recently someone said, I saw your daughter at the bus stop and I offered her a ride. And she said, no, I'm learning how to ride the bus and
I
use the
love
bus
that.
system down there.
That's
So
great.
so Mama Bear is sitting here nervous all day long, but knowing she's going to be fine, and that's it. I've had 2 nights alone, and I've never been like alone. My son even came up and stayed with me for the first 3 days that she was gone, so he could clean out her room, and he and
Oh,
I just had a great time. But I just walked around up by myself, went to the grocery store with a big old basket, and was like, I guess I just need a banana. What am I shopping for? It's just a whole new chapter on this front. So
oh
we're
my gosh.
getting
Wait,
adjusted.
can
Mhm.
I come over and sleep in
Yes,
her room so I get a little bit of peace and quiet?
this is definitely the isolation station, Amanda.
I'm your new bunkmate. I'm Lee's new roommate.
I'm getting
Don't
two
even tempt
bananas.
me. Oh my word. It's so funny because you were just talking about, the lack of sleep. So I
Yeah.
slept amazing last night for the first time in 10 days because Brandon wasn't next to me. He wasn't snoring, and because I was having
Did
to
you
wear
leave him
these
in Hawaii?
yeah, I left him in Hawaii. Oh,
Okay,
you didn't know that? Yeah, I left him there. Yeah, with my in-laws and a few of the kids. Well, Lee, that is just so
yeah,
amazing that you
yeah.
are giving her an opportunity to really spread
Hmm.
her wings. And I think
Hmm.
that when she's in the pattern of relying on you full
Hmm.
time, it can
Hmm.
become, sort of a routine to
Yeah,
lack independence. So now she's
yeah.
forced out of her comfort zone, which is good for everyone.
It's
It's
good for
really
everyone.
phenomenal.
And,
Yeah.
and to confess, it's almost easier when you do everything for people who can't do things for themselves. It's just easier just to get it done for them, and it's not doing her any favors. So we're all in an emotional boot camp this summer. So here for it.
Oh, yay. Well, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of
Thank
her.
you.
Um, and like I said, I'm just gonna, be your new roommate. So you just let me know when the room is available.
Right now, my son cleaned it out. He said I didn't keep one stuffed animal. I was like, don't tell me, because I'll go in there and
Oh
dig through the bags.
my God.
So,
Oh my word, I love it. Okay, so
so
I
traveling, you said food was a challenge for you? What was the
massive,
deal?
massive, huge challenge. So
Really?
for those who don't follow me on social media, I went from Florida to LA. And I went to LA because I wanted to meet one of our new vendors. We're transitioning to a new commission engine and backend platform,
Cool.
moving everything over to Shopify as well. And we have a new integration. And so I'd met the CEO of this company on Zoom a couple weeks ago. We hit it off, and he's like, I'm in LA. And like I often do, I'm like, oh, I'm going to be in LA. We should meet up. And he's like, really? When? I'm like, ooh, when? I'm like, oh, actually, that's perfect. I'll go to LA because we were supposed to go to San Fran on the way to Hawaii. But I'm like, let me just go to LA, make a trip out of it, meet this new vendor, meet with our president and CTO out there, and
Yeah,
then also a few coaches who were in LA. So I
perfect.
think we had maybe 8 coaches in LA who came to a
Nice.
little coffee chat,
Yeah.
which was great. So went to LA, 3 hours different than East Coast time zone, which is what we're on here in Florida. And LA has healthy food. Okay, so you're
Hmm.
able to find healthy food. Now,
Yes.
it costs you your literal like liver, like
Yeah.
you have to
Yeah.
sell your actual arm,
Mm,
but there were options for healthy food. So that wasn't too bad. The time zone definitely gets me because it's
hmm.
just hard to stay up late, but then after 2 nights, we went to Hawaii for the very first
Hmm.
time ever. We've never been to Hawaii. We made a last minute decision to go to Kauai, which, by the
Hmm.
way, have you ever been to Hawaii?
I have, but it was 35 years ago.
So when I say Hawaii, I just think I'm going to Hawaii. I didn't realize there was like 100
Hmm.
islands that you can
Hmm.
visit there.
Yeah,
Like,
you can just throw a dart. Where are you going to
yeah.
go?
So
So
the
Kauai.
original, yeah,
Yeah.
Kauai. Original plan was Maui. We switched the plan to Kauai because I heard it was like very exotic nature, blah, blah, blah. So we went there. And in Kauai, I had a much harder time finding healthy food than I expected. The
Interesting.
mornings were fine, coffee shops, juices, acai bowls,
Hmm.
which by the way, I've always said acai bowl, and in Hawaii they say something different. It's like uh, uh, I don't know. I don't even know. I'm gonna butcher it like acai or like us. I don't even know. So, anyways, we had a good time in Kauai. It wasn't relaxing because we were just doing a lot of activities, but the kids enjoyed it. Dinners were a huge struggle because there are
Really
no nice restaurants there. It's all bar food. Bar food, bar food,
interesting.
bar food. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I was like absolutely shocked. There's
Wow.
probably one nicer restaurant, but it's at the one hotel, which was an hour away from our house that we were staying at.
So this is
Um,
a small community in Kauai.
mhm, mhm.
Okay.
My guess is because potentially tourism picks up and is a little cyclical. Some of the
Hmm.
nicer restaurants and the better chefs don't want to
Hmm.
necessarily be there, which is kind of how it is in the Hamptons. You're not
Mm,
going to find a really nice restaurant out in the Hamptons
hmm.
because it's a very cyclical tourist
Hmm.
season. Now, I could be totally wrong about that because the weather's good year round in Hawaii.
Yeah,
But I mean, I was like constipated. I
I
never
bet.
in my life, unless I have a baby, like for a few days after having babies, never in my life have I been constipated while I travel. But it
Wow.
was because we didn't have like access to fresh veggies and really good lean
Right.
protein. Um,
Interesting.
so ultimately, I did find a private chef in Kauai.
Hmm.
Outstanding, outstanding.
Wow.
So literally, once he cooked for us, it was like, I mean, I ate one meal. I ate like half a meal, and I'm like, oh, perfect. Things got moving. You know what I mean? I'm like, because
Yes.
it's fresh
Yes.
veggies, and
Yes.
we had ahi tuna, and it was amazing. So if you
Wow.
guys are going to Kauai, please contact me for this chef's information because he was
Wow.
awesome, awesome. Um, so we went from Kauai. Kauai was fine, not relaxing, but it was cool. We went to the Nepali coast, probably top
Mm,
4, one of the most beautiful
mhm,
landscapes in the world.
mm.
The terrain was very beautiful. And I'm gonna at the very end, I'm gonna talk about how Costa Rica compares because it's
Yes,
worth
because I was
mentioning.
thinking that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So then we went from Kauai to Maui, and my
Mhm.
in-laws met us in Maui. Ty and our nanny met us in Maui. Um, and Maui is way more touristy than Kauai. A
Okay.
lot more established. Like we stayed at a house near the Four Seasons and the
Mhm.
Andaz, and there's like very high-end shopping.
Mhm.
Um, but again, harder than you would think to find healthy food. And maybe I just wasn't looking in the right places. I did find like a healthy food grocer for juices. I did, but it was like you had to kind of work for it more than you would
Interesting.
expect. Yeah, more so than you would expect. And so anyway, I ended up
Wow.
hiring a chef in Maui as well for the last
Mhm.
night.
Yeah.
Um, but my
Wow.
goodness, Lee, like I want to,
You think that you're in the tropics. I mean, again, in Costa Rica, it's really easy to find food. And in Latin America, in my experience, has been very easy to find good, fresh seafood. And when I went to Hawaii, again, I was a senior in high school. We were the dance team that performed at the Air Force Base on the hangar for the troops. I don't think that's appropriate these days, but whatever. So we were like their entertainment.
oh my
But I
gosh.
remember we went to a huge luau. There was they were roasting the pig, and but we were kids, so the healthy food. And again, this is 1989, 90, so it wasn't like this was such a prominent experience to be eating nice food. So I'm just really surprised that it hasn't kind of picked up. And I'm sure there's other ways around it. And I know you do your research, but this just might be a cultural thing as well. I don't know.
Yeah, and like I said, I've only been to Hawaii one time.
Hmm.
I maybe just wasn't looking in the right places, but
Hmm.
even like this is really interesting. It was not as easy as you would think to find like fresh water. Now that sounds crazy, but
Going
like
there's part of your constipation too, probably. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
interesting. Were there
Yeah.
fitness centers? Were people, was it a fit community? Did people, were they moving around and
Okay, that's a great question. So I met some clients in Hawaii in Maui
which looked
at
really fun?
yes, so fun. That was the highlight of my trip.
Hmm.
We met at an outdoor fitness park. 2
Okay.
fitness parks have recently been installed, and we just had an absolute blast. We did really, it was a leg, workout. You
Uh-huh.
know how our leg
Uh-huh.
is. Like people don't
Uh-huh.
think it's going to be hard, but it was absolutely difficult. There was no one else at the fitness park, so I'll just mention that we were the only
Okay.
ones. And if you ask the local people how important nutrition and fitness is, meaning the people that like kind of born and raised or, Hawaiian,
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know what they would say. I don't think that it's like Austin, Texas, and how
Yeah,
important or like
everyone's out running around there. Yeah. Yeah.
Colorado, I don't
Yeah.
think it's like that. It was surprising to me. I just because again, it's like tropical and you
Hmm.
would think with
Hmm.
fresh food but what some
Hmm.
of the clients who did come to the workout said to me is like, I mean, you wouldn't believe how expensive eggs are. You wouldn't be you wouldn't
Interesting.
believe how expensive fresh produce is.
So
I
there's
went
that.
mhm, mhm. Yeah, so when we went to this healthy food grocer, I got like 4 juices, 1 acai bowl, and like a couple other things and spent over $100.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, "Oh, that was
Okay, so we're,
surprising."
we're proud. Yeah. So, I mean, it's just so isolated, I guess. It's just hard to get that stuff out there. And if it's not part of their interesting.
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm, mhm. Yeah, the eggs, like, really threw me for a loop because 'cause they're like, "Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't believe how expensive it is to get eggs." It was like $15 a carton or something, and I'm
Wow.
like, "Well, but there's chickens everywhere. I don't understand." Like, there's literally wild chickens everywhere. I'm like, "How is it?" expensive to get eggs, I don't know. But
Figure this
no.
out.
So for me, here's what I will say too. I forgot to bring our hydration with me,
Mm,
our Faster Way hydration, and when I tell you the night and day difference when Katie mailed me some of
mhm,
our new raspberry hydration,
mhm.
literally, again, I said, this is a TMI episode, but I was constipated from traveling. I drank 2 of those packets and immediately it got things
Wow.
moving. Immediate, because we have magnesium, we have potassium, we
Mhm,
have the
mhm,
apple cider vinegar. My energy was really good, but truly, honestly, like, how when your body craves things, like, my body was
mhm,
craving our salt
mhm.
so much, and then once I got it, oh my goodness, it really did make a world of difference.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, yeah, but let's just talk more about the travel
Mm.
nutrition. Like, what do
So
you
what
do
did
when
you
you
do? Were you
travel?
hungry? Yeah, I mean, these are great questions. Okay, so I fast on my travel days. That's
Okay,
easy. Okay,
yep.
I fast on my travel days and I really focus on hydration because getting things moving for me also is always a problem when I travel. So, and I hate that because a lot of times when I travel, I'm going to have to be in spandex somewhere. So that's like the worst feeling. So I usually am drinking water. And then I look at the menus of every place that I'm going to go to see. And if I don't see something on the menu that I'm going to be able to enjoy because it's going to make me feel bloated or it's just not what I'm looking for, I will eat before I go to dinner. I will go buy
Mm,
some groceries. I will bring it to wherever I'm staying and I will eat before I go to dinner. It's easy for me to get an apple and a can of tuna just to make sure that I've got some fiber and some protein, and then I'll go to the dinner and kind of pick around the food. But that's when really fasting will come in. Now, a lot of times too, when I travel, I might already be depleted. I might have been under eating or over exercising because I can easily get into that sometimes if we have a lot of filming to do at work or so, a guest trainer coming in or something, and I might not know it. So on these trips too, I might say, okay, now I'm just going to have a big blowout meal and eat whatever I want to. Sometimes I feel a little bit leaner because my muscles are filled back up. So I try to be really strategic about when I'm going to eat the food that's not so, great and what I can eat in my room before I'm going to do some social things or some outings. So that's kind of how I get around it.
okay, actually, I think that's
Mhm.
fantastic advice. So you look for a healthy grocery
Mhm.
store. You know
Mhm.
you can always get an apple. You know you can always get tuna.
Right.
You know you can always find a banana,
And it's
which
always temporary. This is not my new
yeah,
life. I'm on a trip.
yeah,
I'm not going to
totally.
overthink it. Yeah.
Totally, totally. And for me, it's not like, "Oh my god, and what if I gain 5 pounds?" Not at
Yeah.
all. It's just I don't feel my best when I'm
Totally.
not A, gluten-free, when I'm
Mhm.
not B, dairy-free, when I'm eating a lot of, like, processed foods and fried foods and kinda like bar
Mhm.
food, I just don't feel my best. Plus, I had a double ear infection going into the trip, which turned into a sinus infection, so I had a 5-day headache, which was not a lot of fun, and it took me, like, a while to figure out it was from the sinus infection and not just, like, jet lag, but the nutrition piece wasn't helping, if I wasn't eating the fresh veggies and so forth, so I think that's a great actually is to just, make sure you get in some lean protein, make sure you
Yeah.
get in some fiber, some complex carbohydrates. I like that, and then
It's easy to
this
think that bars are the good things. They're about to mow the lawn, so this guy's going to bark. It's easy to think that that bars are good, but they make me worse sometimes. They
yeah,
can inflame my eyes, like my nose. Like I could really get inflamed from them.
yeah, oh my gosh, me too. If you guys are watching on YouTube, Gizmo is in Lay's. Hey, he's so cute.
Mhm.
Yes. So the other thing that I was going to address is what you said about almost doing a refeed on vacation, which is
Yeah.
such a misunderstood concept. And
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
many times will have a client say, "Oh my goodness, Amanda, I actually weigh less after my trip than before,
Mhm.
or I look
Mhm.
leaner after my trip,"
Mhm.
which you just would never, ever, ever think that. But sometimes our body can benefit from doing a little bit of a zigzag. I used to call it is like we have the lower macro day, we have the higher macro day, we have the lower carb, we have the higher
Yeah.
carb, we have the refeed. So I think there's something to that for sure.
You create an adaptation in your body. is it's almost like you're stepping on the gas when you have a refeed like that. Now, again, it's got to be strategic. So you look at the week before, you look at the week after, you really become strategic about it. And that's when you can find the benefits of it too, for sure.
Yeah. Now
Yeah.
that I'm back, I'm just going full in gluten-free, dairy-free, whole food nutrition.
Yes.
Like you get to this point when I'm just like, all I want is fresh food. I'm
Yes.
just craving fresh
Craving it.
craving food that's not processed, craving something other than a meat stick, so I'm like very excited. We have a round starting today. It's going to be it's a big summer
Hmm.
round for us.
Awesome.
But really quick, let's talk about Fit Wars.
Oh
Tell
my
me,
gosh.
are you making progress with Fit Wars?
Yes, I have, and I don't want to give anything away, but we have filmed many variations of it to get our clients ready. We've done sets of 5, 8, 10, and as we've gone through and we had the beginning and the end, I mean, we shaved off some significant time. So that was impressive. What I'm looking forward to is this community event. We've never done anything like this where everybody on the same day, all around everywhere, is going to be in these little mini groups in these local events. Everyone always does our workouts at the same time, but we're at home and we're doing them by ourselves. But I'm looking forward to these community events that these coaches are hosting, and I'm looking forward to going to photobomb some people as a surprise.
Yay.
So I'm
Yes.
excited about it. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, as you guys know, we have tens of thousands of clients all over the world. And we are doing little pop up Fit Wars events, which again includes our burpees, our jump squats, our sit ups, our push ups. And if you want to compete for the advanced prize, you also have to add a mile run, which Emma would crush. I would absolutely not. Like my run time right now is pretty
No.
dismally. So I
Amanda,
don't.
I don't know if I could do it. I did not, and I will confess, I did not do the mile run. It's a million degrees out here. So I would have to do it with a treadmill or I'd have to do it in the middle of the night. I'm okay with that, but I'm kind of ready to challenge myself to just go
Yeah.
run a mile.
Oh my, we got back, like I said, last night. It's like, 3:30 in the morning, 4 in the morning. Emma woke up at 7:30 Eastern and she went on a run. And so that would have felt like, because we were 6 hours, 1:30 a.m.
Oh,
Yeah, I know. I'm
children,
like
aren't they
just so
precious?
impressed. I know, I know. I'm like super impressed.
Yeah,
But
I'm excited.
we want you guys to crush our community
Yes.
workout on Saturday, whether you do
Mm-hmm.
it in a little group in your town or simply at home. We want you to
Mm-hmm.
tag us. And most
Mm-hmm.
importantly, we want you to bring this workout with you through the year. Okay.
100%.
This is a wonderful workout. Talk about travel. This
Mm-hmm.
is like if I didn't have access to a gym when I was in LA and Hawaii, this is the workout I would have done.
Mm-hmm.
Hands down, end of story. I did it on a cruise earlier in the summer. I will continue to do it as I travel throughout the year. So you have
Mm-hmm.
zero excuse. You always
Right.
have a workout in the back of your
Right.
pocket. Um,
Mm-hmm.
what's your hardest move?
Push-ups.
Me too.
There is, and it used to not be. It used to be my best.
I know.
And there is, I just have to focus on them. Doing them in sets of 3 or 5 isn't enough. I mean, I used to be able to crank out 50, and I don't want to be the girl that says I used to be able to. I want to do it again.
Yep.
So, but I could do 50 without stopping, easy peasy. And now, I mean, the 20, doing it 20 in a row, it was a struggle. So I really want to make sure my form is perfect. But the sit-ups aren't as bad as they're just slow. And
Hmm.
burpees all day, bring them. I could do
Yep.
burpees all day long and jump squats too. So it's
Same.
push-ups. So I like having something to improve upon. And again, the time is one component, but I want it to be good form with better time. So it's been really fun to watch and to feel and to witness the improvement, especially with the trainers. We've been doing it all together. And so, to see Sean step it up and to see Haven step it up, Andrew, everybody, I mean, Keisha, forget it. That girl, she was born fit warring all day.
Love
So
it.
it's been really, really a good time, and I'm looking forward to seeing everyone's progress and hearing everyone's progress. And when people start to shake their head and they're like, "I'm not doing that," well, why? Why not? It's 100 of everything.
Mm,
Can you just set your timer for 30 minutes and get as far as you can? Then you'll know in the future. Our workouts are brief. It doesn't. We don't want you doing this for an hour. When the timer's up, stop doing it. And
yeah.
if you're competing for prizes, let's go. Let's
Yeah.
go.
I love it. I think it's good to get a baseline even once a year if
Mhm.
we continue to do
Yep.
this in July of, okay, how am I doing on push-ups? How am I doing on sit-ups? How am
Mhm.
I doing on burpees? These are things for longevity. Okay. It's
Yes.
a really wonderful, there's so many things like how easily can you get up off the ground and how can you do
Mhm.
it? But this is like Fit Wars workout. That for me is a
Yep.
great litmus test from now until the
Absolutely.
future. I think it's
Absolutely.
fantastic. And I agree. I like having something to work on, and the push-ups,
Mhm.
same for me, it's the hardest
Yeah.
part.
And hearing our clients who, are just doing the post-workout practice that we've been providing this year that we didn't last year. I'm 75, I just did this. I'm 80. I mean, I'm hearing these ages and I'm like, okay, there's no room for has-beens anymore. We are always going to be striving for our very best, and that is inspiring to me too.
Yay, I love it. All right, well, we appreciate you guys for listening to our Coach Confessional. We look forward to an awesome week with the Faster Way community,
Mhm.
and we will be talking to you guys soon. Bye,
Bye everyone.
everyone.